into a brand new wave, drowning out the noise that's tame. Liberty whispers through the brave, breaking free from every chain. Nullify the rules they crave, crypto beats that pave the way. Anarchy with minds that's safe, algorithms new dawn to day. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride. Beyond control we take a stand, casting off the iron brand. Freedom flowing through our hands, revolution's our command. Decentralize the way we plan, all together we expand. Breaking shackles for the clan, in this journey we're unplanned. Out of bounds and out of sight, building futures pure and bright. Escape the grip and win the fight. Welcome into the legacy ride.
Welcome to another edition of Legacy News, episode 16. I am your host, your gracious host, your El Capitan, the legacy of Jennifer and Kaiser. I am Zachary Kaiser, and in with me today is Andrew Joseph, as always. How was your weekend, my man?
It was good. Real good. How was yours?
I mean, I'm discovering that the red pill community is a bunch of incels and virgins, so and Twitter is not a real place. Um,
Well, I mean, it is real life, right? Just ask Dave Smith.
Dave Smith even understands that it's not real life, but he has to use it
Right.
as a tool.
Right.
So, speaking of real life, though, some real life news in the professional wrestling regime has come to light once again. Vince McMahon is in the news,
Oh,
and
God.
it comes from Yahoo too, which is actually a great source, ironically, especially for sporting news. Which that's funny that we can call professional wrestling sporting news now, but that's the world that we live in. So
Right.
it has become mainstream, and everybody talks about it. And actually,
You
if
got to
you
protect
watch
the business.
wrestling, well, yeah, but if you watch, because the business, there's no protecting the business anymore. Everybody kind of knows the kayfabe strategy. Um, it's kind of opened up for a more athletic pursuit, anyways. So, like with WWE and how Triple H is running it, it seems, and honestly how it's become and made shape form the last few years, its focus is more on the athletic ability of of each professional wrestling uh, independent contractor. So you're starting to see more of a regime outside of the more scripted kayfabe. Can't talk about this type scenario. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Well, for the most part, it's all scripted still as far as storyline goes. But the matches are probably just as real, if not more so real now, because of the athletic ability of a lot of these superstars. So, especially with the women, dude, the women are badasses. I'm glad
I
that
hear
WWE opened up the women's division.
I hear that the next Netflix premiere was substantially more than the traditional broadcasting systems had when it comes to viewers.
I makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Netflix had their test, and it's. I didn't watch it yet,
Me neither.
but it seems like it went on pretty successfully without a hitch. I mean, I don't know. Did they have? Was there anything in the news of any buffering issues?
Not that I know of. I mean, it's obviously not a big boxing match, but they do have an audience, a significant audience.
Yeah. I also noticed that they had a press conference with old Hunter at the end. So I wonder if they're gonna have that every episode from here on out. That'd be awesome to have a press conference to make it to give you the feel of it being real. I mean,
Yeah.
it's and the build you could build so much story because I mean the press conference is pre like big pay-per-view in the history, especially the last 20 years. That's a story builder for like the pay-per-views pre and post. So why not like have a press conference at the end of each Raw for like your major stars to keep building that story and character development. Like, doesn't AEW do that as well? Isn't that one of their
Yeah.
big
Media
most?
Scrum. They
Hmm.
had that
Like,
with CM Punk.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
some controversy. There's always controversy with CM Punk, but that was a part of the controversy.
But yeah, I think it's a new era, and I think they need to kind of use that to their advantage because I think that kind of molds the scripted format of professional wrestling into making it seem like it's more real than it truly is. So why not? So and then you can have old Paul Levesque, Hunter, uh, Hunter Triple H, whatever you want to call him, actually be
Um,
real. Say that again. You
the
cut
heir of
out.
WWE throne.
I mean, he kind of put himself on that platform,
Yeah.
marrying the boss's daughter and shit. It's cool that Stephanie's involved again, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is
What's
a husband-wife theater.
Yeah. Apparently, Vince is supposed to be opening up another promotion to compete. I don't know. This is
Is it,
word around the water cooler.
so is this promotion is he gonna is this only because he has the influence in Washington now?
It could be, or he just doesn't have anything to do with his life. And that's the only thing he's ever known.
I think it has more to do with Linda McMahon becoming the or about probably going to be confirmed as the Department of Education head.
Yeah. They split up, from what I heard.
They
So,
split up a while ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
That's
mean,
still funny that Linda McMahon's going to be the Department of Education.
hmm. We're going to tear this thing down, sucker.
We're going to tear it down one piece at a time by basically promoting that it's all fake and gay. Professional wrestling is fake, and so is your education system. It's all fake and gay. So why not put somebody that's been in the business of a fake sporting corporation?
I mean, she did all the
He was
numbers
C.
back in the day. She ran the
Yeah, was
system from
she C?
behind.
Yeah, it was she, no, it wasn't behind. Wasn't she was the CEO, wasn't
Well, I'm
she?
talking
Or
about
what?
like
What? No, she was
back in the
CFO.
80s, and yeah,
Oh, whatever. But yeah, at one point she was like the CFO, wasn't she? She ran all the finances for
yeah.
a good while, especially like through like the late '90s into the 2000s, something like that. So enough of Linda McMahon though. This is all about Vince. So stay tuned.
Yeah, all
Stay
the
tuned.
events.
Stay tuned. But before we get to the article, let's drop an ad. The first ad for Legacy News. Uh, check out Buds in Reality. So go like, go subscribe, go share his content over on YouTube. Get the algorithm pumping over on Rumble. Check him out all over the podcast sphere, Spotify, Apple, anywhere else that you find your podcast. And follow that dude. He has a lot to say, a lot of good things to say, a lot of black pill things to say, but it's all real in the scheme of things. So check out Buds in Reality, and with that, let's get the show on
On the road.
the road.
Here we go. Squirm cam. Nah, it ain't like that, man. It's time to do the article. Here we go. Help, help. He's messing with things. Vince McMahon speaks out about or after reaching settlement for years-long government investigation. Nearly 3 years after the WWE investigated alleged hush money payments made by former CEO Vince McMahon, part of the saga is coming to an end. The SEC has reached a settlement with McMahon that will put a part of his legal woes to rest in what has been an ongoing saga in his life for some time. Vince
At least the
McMahon
hush money, at least the hush money scandal didn't include Donald Trump or Stormy Daniels. So that's a good positive. That's a white pill right here.
Right? Anything like that's a white pill for Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon has agreed to pay administrative fees, a $400,000 civil penalty, and will reimburse the WWE $1.33 million after consenting he violated the Securities and Exchange Commission Act, according to CNBC. The resolution should end
the Security and
WWE's.
Exchange Act.
Yeah, sorry. Excuse me. I don't speak Italian. The resolution should end WWE's role in the situation, as it will now account for the mismanaged funds once reimbursed. What Vince McMahon had to say about his settlement being reached, according to the headline. Vince McMahon offered a settlement to the public, I should say byline, offered a settlement or a statement to the public at the conclusion of his case with the SEC, and he seemed grateful to put this behind him. In his statement, he targeted speculation surrounding the case and called it misleading, explaining the case.
Hey, hold up. I was gonna say, yeah, Alex Jones. There you go.
The case is closed. Today ends nearly 3 years of investigation by different government agencies. There have been a great deal of speculation about what exactly the government was investigating and what the outcome it would be. As today's resolution shows, much of that speculation was misguided and misleading. In the end, there was never anything more than this minor accounting error, which regarded to some personal payments that I made several years ago while I was CEO of WWE. I'm thrilled that I could put this behind all.
Fuck.
Thank you for reading that, Alex. You do a fantastic Vince McMahon, Alex Jones.
Yeah,
go back
right.
to do your very failed show.
Yes, I know. The case ultimately led to Vince McMahon's first retirement from the WWE, though he later returned and was alleged to have be a creative figure from the shadows. Ooh, the shadows. McMahon was officially ousted once again in January 2024, and he has not been involved with the company since. Triple H stepped into the role in his place, and a move that has led to great financial success for the company. Another byline: Vince McMahon still has legal issues and controversies. While his trouble with the SEC may be concluded, Vince McMahon still has a federal case against him, filed by former employee Janelle Grant. Sports Illustrated reported that Grant's legal team plans to modify that lawsuit filed against McMahon, former WWE head of talent relations John Laurinaitis, and WWE by the end of the year. Amidst other shocking allegations of sexual misconduct, Grant's suit alleges that McMahon never paid out the full amount of their agreed-upon settlement. Additionally, I wouldn't expect the WWE to welcome Vince McMahon into the fold. Wrestlers like John Cena and Randy Orton had admitted that there's a struggle in reading the allegations and tying them to someone they respect, and legends like Mick Foley have said the same. It's also worth noting that his legacy in pro wrestling remains controversial with fans, which was highlighted in the Netflix documentary Mr. McMahon. The former top brass at WWE issued a statement saying the documentary blends his real life with his character he played on television, and it is fell short of a true portrayal of him. In any case, his history in pro wrestling remains complicated, but with wrestlers, both with wrestlers and fans. Those who want to watch Mr. McMahon may do so with a Netflix subscription. Also, with many upcoming WWE events on the way and likely more updates about this specific situation, be sure to stay with Cinema Blend for a look at what's happening in professional wrestling.
Yeah,
Sorry for
you
the
didn't
gimmick.
have to read. You really
Sorry
didn't
for the
have to read
gimmick.
the final. You didn't have to read the last part, but whatever. With that, honestly, just because of that.
Yeah, Squirm Cam. Here we go.
What's your thoughts on this? No.
Yeah,
Jackass.
I know.
No.
What's my thoughts on it?
Yeah, what's the thoughts on it?
I really expect this whole thing with the allegations to just be, hush money and get out of my way. I got the things to do. That they're just gonna try to pay her off so that they can go and start another promotion. I mean, he's got a lot of money and nothing to do with it. So
A lot of money and
say,
nothing to do with it. So
yeah.
what do you expand on that? What do you mean he has nothing to do with it?
Well, I mean, he's got nothing to do with the money, but start another program or promotion, or do some kind of production work.
Is Vince McMahon gonna start doing another promotion?
I think
Really?
so.
Is this a thing?
Well, I mean, what else is he going to do? His family's tied up doing other things, and he has nothing to do with his time.
He's almost 80, dude.
Yeah, but he says he plans to live to 120 or something like that because it says how old his mom was.
Yeah. Well, he's not living to 120 unless he's like drinking and feeding himself with adrenochrome. So
he works out every day. That's all I'm saying. That's what these
no,
are
he
his
does
words,
work
not
out.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah. He I don't think he actually works out, dude. I think he's drinking adrenochrome.
Could be.
So, yeah. Well, before you do that, dude, let me take the squirm cam off. Jeez, oh Pete.
Squirm, Zach, squirm.
That's it's the Andrew squirm cam. So, because I know that it catches you off guard. So, but as far as where does WWE go from here post Vince McMahon? Well, I think we've seen that. I think we've seen how Triple H is going to run things. My concern with Triple H is on the level of indifference towards that of Vince McMahon. I think creatively he's a genius, but I'm still trying to figure out where he fits and how he ticks when it comes to certain personnel inside the WWE, both superstar, both productions, both office. So where does Triple H fit into the realm of this? Excuse me.
I mean, they did.
But where does he fit into all of this, and how will he be able to manage? Because I know he has a lot of biases. So
yeah,
is he going to be just like? Will he be similar? It doesn't look like it, but could he be down the road similar to Vince McMahon in his handpicking of certain superstar to be the head or the face of the company, or will he be able, or is he taking the trek of becoming more sports and less entertainment?
I think right now he's trying to be more sports, but as for picking people, I can see the way that he does things stiffening up and not having any flexibility in his roster choices, and it just falling right back into what Vince McMahon was doing. I mean, he's getting up there in age too.
He's only in his early 50s, dude.
I know, but I mean, he's been doing the industry so long. He's Vince McMahon. What? He's just a couple decades older than Triple H. He's going to fall into the same trap too. People are
I
going to
doubt
not
it.
be satisfied. He's going to pivot and try to, meet the demands of the
Um,
audience. And
I doubt it because I think Triple
yeah,
H is smarter than that. Triple H actually and this is why he retired from in ring and he won't ever do in ring ever again as far as being a
what?
wrestler. But I think he understands his limits. He is a family man. He wants to be there for his kids and his future grandkids, obviously. So, but he has heart issues. So I think he understands his limits. And so I
Yeah,
don't think Triple H is going to expand out too far into enmeshing himself completely into the business. But I think he has a good long 20 to 25-year stretch in running this company his way with help, um, because it's not just him that's running this company at this point.
yeah,
He is the face. He is the face. Obvious. That's evident. He is the face, but he's not the one that's actually running this company. It, it is truly a board. And I mean,
yeah,
and it's and the company he's running WWE as the face, but he himself uh doesn't necessarily have to deal with the politics of the business in a grand scale of things because you have TKO for that. You have their committees and their business entities conducting everything that goes along with the politicking of business.
yeah. Well, I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about, like you said, about 20, 25 years or whatever towards the end of his reign. But I can understand what you're saying too about the TKO and everything behind the scenes. I'm just saying,
Hmm.
it just depends on how things develop. If it gets to the level like it was with Vince McMahon, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The thing, Triple H, in my opinion, seems like he is letting people do the job that they have, and he does his job. And one thing is you have Nick Khan, who does a lot of that trail finding. He's the one that goes out and conducts most of the business. Triple H can focus on WWE.
Yeah. Do you think?
So, and Nick Khan,
Sorry.
well, I said Nick Khan's actually doing a wonderful job, but go ahead.
Do you think Vince is going to try to buy Tony Khan's company, or do you think he's just going to start fresh? AEW.
No, no. Vince McMahon's not going to. They're not. He's not going to. If he was still in charge of WWE, I could certainly see a merger and him buying out a failing promotion like AEW, which it's a failure and it's going to come crashing sometime soon. I don't know when, but it is teetering right now. Tony Khan has fucked up. Um, But as far as now, without having the attachment of WWE, you're not going to see Vince do what he did with mergers, mergers extending towards like WCW and ECW way back in the day in the '90s. He's not going to. He's not going to touch AEW. He's not going to touch DNA. He's not going to touch anything that's established. If he decides that he wants to start a new promotion and see where it goes from there, he's going to start from the ground up. I could see him maybe getting into taking an independent circuit, not Ring of Honor per se, but something on the independent circuit that nobody really knows about, and trying to do what he originally did with WWE, with Worldwide Wrestling when he bought that out from his father and turned it into World Wrestling Federation, and
Titan
expand it
Sports.
from a regional to a national product, and which eventually led to an international product. So I could see him maybe venturing into the independent circuit, buying out a little promotion, and seeing what he can do with the little time that he has left on this earth, to see if he can do it again. But at the same time, he is almost 80 years old, so maybe it isn't in the realm of possibility that he does buy something that's more established and see what he does. But I just don't see it. I don't see him buying AEW. I could see him attached to TNA though, and I don't
Yeah.
mean buying it out. I could see him buying a large shares in the product, and becoming a big mouthpiece up on that board of shareholders, to where he ends up utilizing maybe TNA to come back to being that once in a lifetime competition for WWE that actually was true competition. AEW really wasn't true competition. It had its moment of possibilities, and then they screwed it up. But I could certainly see him do something like that. But as far as buying out AEW or getting involved with AEW in some capacity, I don't think that's the case, because I think he's a smart, brilliant businessman. He's seeing the writing on the wall. He's observing what's going on with AEW, and he knows that that's a failing company. That is a promotion that's going to be not in existence in probably 2 or 3 years, and it's just not a moneymaker. They're not. I don't think they even made a profit since they
No,
began.
no, I mean, there's been all kinds of shit posting on Facebook and stuff like that, and Twitter about, or X, about how much of a failure it has been,
Yeah,
and
it
how
hasn't turned a profit.
they're losing people, coming trying to go to events and stuff like that. They're canceling events.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good
Yeah,
for the
and that's
company.
pissing off shareholders. Eventually, the shareholders are going to sell off. They're just gonna
Yeah,
and take what they can get their money back, take what they can get, and walk away, because the investors are going to take their money, walk away, and then AEW is no more. Because without the investors, without the money, without the shareholders, it's nothing. They're literally bleeding themselves dry, while people with money are trying to keep it alive. Just it's like the Federal Reserve printing
right.
money and manipulating interest rates. That's all these shareholders are doing. So eventually AEW is going to lose. They're going to
ATM
have
Tony.
somebody. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have somebody like Elon Musk to fork over $42 billion to buy it if they wanted. Who knows? Maybe I could see Elon do it just as a troll, because Elon's
Yeah,
a retard. But Vince McMahon, he ain't touching it, because he's not
yeah.
stupid. He's an actual businessman.
What is another episode of Black Saturday? Where they go in and buy a WCW World Class Championship Wrestling, or whatever it was from the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, one
Uh,
final question. Do you think Elon should buy All Elite Wrestling, everybody? Drop a comment.
he's buying CNN. Why not?
Is he really?
speculation. No, that's just ship
Is
posting.
that I thought that was just a joke, but
Yeah, it's just a joke. It's ship posting.
I bet he does. I bet he buys CNN.
That'd be funny. And he puts like all the right wing podcasters or whatever on TV.
Probably. He gives Joe Rogan a show of his own
Tonight
just
on Joe Rogan Experience.
4 hours of
Elon
Joe
Musk.
Rogan experience. Yeah. It's just Joe Rogan and Elon Musk smoking a fucking joint together for 4 hours, taking rips from the bong. That would be so stupid.
Show you're not a
CNN,
robot.
hey, if that were to be the case, CNN is such a joke, anyways. All corporate press is, but I mean, CNN is such a joke, anyways. You know how much of a joke it would be, even more. He should just buy Fox News too. Why not?
Funny. It would change the staff up from Fox News to CNN.
Yeah, what he would do is he would buy CNN and Fox News, and then he would just send the CNN folks to Fox News and the Fox News folks to CNN, and then you had
Right.
the same shit, but he just reversed each network
Wait,
because
this
he's a
is right
manipulator.
wing. This is left wing.
Excuse me, MSNBC, everybody.
Right.
There's your left wing. CNN is actually
This-
relatively moderate.
The Savage Nation is on MSNBC a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when we buy MSNBC. We're gonna bring Michael Savage back to MSNBC.
Right. You are now the president.
So everybody donate. We're gonna make a GoFundMe. Donate to that. The goal is how much is MSNBC? How much do you think it's worth? $2. Yeah. Well, it's a goal of $2. We're gonna offer $2 to Comcast just so they could just give us the shit stain known as MSNBC, and then we're gonna bring Michael Savage back to MSNBC.
Oh man, shit stain.
We're also gonna bring Glenn. We're also gonna bring Glenn back. Yeah, we're also gonna bring Glenn back to MSNBC.
Yeah.
With that, anything else on Vince McMahon?
I'm a part of the corny drive-through, the Cult of Cornet.
I said I didn't talk. I didn't say plug.
You talk
for
about
Jim
shit
Cornette.
stain.
Yeah, well, I said any more on Vince McMahon there, Andrew. Joseph
I mean,
W.
we'll see what happens. I don't have much else we can do.
All right. Good day, Andrew. Bye. That was Andrew Joseph. Thank you for tuning in for the episode 16, the 16th episode of Legacy News, and we'll see what we'll keep watching, and we'll see what's going on with Vince McMahon. Will he buy AEW? Will he start a new promotion? Where does he go from here? So, but with that, I'm gonna bring you back, Andrew. Can you behave?
Only if I can put a promo out there for don'ttouchit.com.
Go ahead.
WhoTouchedIt.com. Check it out. Go get some political t-shirts.
There you go. But goodbye, Andrew. But Legacy News every Monday through Wednesday, 5 p.m. Like, subscribe, share this content. Check us out every Friday at 11 a.m. for The Legacy Rights, The Weekly Legacy, and much more. But like, subscribe, check us out all over the podcast circuit. There's more than just YouTube and Rumble and all that. But I am the legacy of Jennifer and Kaiser. That was Andrew Joseph. I put him in timeout. Live long and prosper. Peace.